Hey there, I'm Ari Altman from the Tech Buyers Guru, and I'm going to be reviewing the new HyperX Cloud Flight wireless headset today. It's a brand new kit from HyperX. I actually just got it fresh off the show floor at CES 2018 in Las Vegas. HyperX was kind enough to send me off with a sample. And I was eager to test it out. That's because when I reviewed their earlier Cloud Stinger kit, which comes in at $50, I thought it was the best $50 headset money could buy. This comes in at $160, so it's a completely different class of product. But it is HyperX's first wireless headset, and from my point of view, HyperX doesn't go halfway. They don't bring a product out to market until they are ready, until they think they've got a market-beating product. Now, there is some serious competition, and mainly I think it comes from Logitech. Now, I've tested a number of Logitech headsets. This is the G5 3.3. This came out, I think, at probably about $150. Now it typically sells for $130. So right off the bat, HyperX is coming in at a slightly higher price point than its competitor is selling for today. This headset is now a year old. And up until now, I thought it was the best gaming headset on the market. And when I'm talking about a gaming headset, I'm really talking about a certain price range of wireless headsets. There are wireless headsets you can buy for $300, $400, $500. That's not really what I'm talking about. I don't think that targets the mainstream audience. So, $100 to $150 I think is mainstream. So that's where HyperX is kind of falling on the high side, but still within that range. So how does it do? I just found these supremely comfortable. They feel very solid while also being lightweight. Remember, they have to have a battery in there and a wireless transmitter. So to get these as light as they are and yet still feel solid took a lot of effort. You don't have this typical kind of metal frame that you have on like HyperX's Cloud Alpha, which looks so cool. This is all plastic. At $160, it looks a little cheap. But again, I think it's probably a compromise that HyperX made in terms of getting the weight down on this. And the comfort's there. Now, one thing I should mention is it does have a mic, but it's not a flip-up mic, it's a detachable mic. And I think this will appeal to some people more than others. Certainly if you want to go out, use this as a headset, you can use it wired with your smartphones or tablets. By the way, it does come with an analog cable. You can't use it wireless. But say you wanted to use it to listen to music while you're traveling or running or something like that at the gym. You'd probably just take this off, right? So you don't even want to have it with you. And the other advantage to this design over a flip-up or flip-down boom mic is that it's infinitely adjustable. Okay, like there's almost no position you can't put it in terms of getting it really close to your mouth. You don't have to struggle with it. Like a lot of other plastic boom mics that flip down, you kind of have very limited positions. I really like how flexible that is. They make some really bold claims on battery life. 30 hours of battery life on a single charge. That compares to 16 hours on this kit, and actually only about 8 hours on Logitech's previous model, the G933 Artemis Spectrum. Now, the Artemis Spectrum had RGB lighting, which really cut down its battery life. Logitech dropped lighting altogether on this model, and HyperX is kind of coming in between. It has a red LED light that you can turn on, but here's the problem. HyperX is advertising that 30-hour battery life, but that's without the lighting. Once you turn on that lighting, it drops down to 13 hours. So I've covered comfort, I've covered features, there are just a few last things to cover. And the most important of all is sound quality. And here HyperX knocks it out of the park. HyperX knows audio quality, particularly for gaming. And this kit uses 50mm drivers, which is very unusual for a wireless headset because they draw more battery power, which makes it all the more amazing that this gets 30 hours of battery life with the LEDs off. These 50mm drivers and HyperX's understanding of how to design a great gaming headset produces just the best wireless experience you're going to have at this price point. It easily beat Logitech's offerings, which I've tested. The bass is just much deeper, the soundstage much wider. The only fault I could find with it was in my audio testing of music samples. I found that it was a little bit boomy for some music. I like to listen to Adele's Hello as a sample. I'm really familiar with that song on a lot of headsets. This was just a little bit thumpy, and I think that's because it's not really designed for music. It's a gaming headset first, and when I flipped over to Battlefield 1 for some multiplayer rounds, it was just awesome. I went back and forth between this and my previous favorite headset, the Logitech G9 533, and frankly, there was no comparison. The Logitech feels it feels good, but it sounds really thin. This feels even better because I like the leatherette ear cups more than Logitech's mesh, and it sounds way, way deeper. The bullets sound like bullets, the explosions sound like explosions. It fills your ears with sound. The last thing I'll mention is that HyperX does not include software for this kit. Everything you do is controlled by the few buttons that I talked to you about already. And I think that'll appeal to a lot of people. It comes with a USB receiver, you just plug it in and it turns on. That's particularly good for esports players who might be using different systems when they're on the road. You know, you don't have to worry about loading software. So I think HyperX knows its audience really well. But for people who like to tweak or play with controls or maybe check in on their battery life via software, you can't do that with this. Okay, Logitech has a really complete suite, for instance. Razer has a really complete suite. HyperX views itself as a hardware-first manufacturer, and they don't want to mess around with software if they don't believe they have the right tools. In fact, at CES 2018, I saw their first piece of software. It's in a beta stage. It's their new RGB control suite for their upcoming keyboard, mouse, and RAM kits. And it looked really good, but it's not going to be controlling this headset. It's not for this headset. It won't allow you to control the LED lights or the audio. So as long as you're okay with not having any software controls, there's nothing wrong with that approach. I think a lot of people will like it. So overall, I really love this headset. The sound is fantastic, particularly for gaming. You can use it wired if you want. It includes an analog cable if you want to hook it up to your smartphone or your MP3 player on the go. And it's just unbeatable in terms of comfort. HyperX knows its business. It knows the gaming headset industry. It really can't be beat. So even though it comes in at $160, which is not that aggressive a price point, I think it's worth it. I give this product 4.5 out of 5 stars. And it is going to become my new recommended wireless headset. There's just no two ways about it. It is simply superior to what's out there. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.